So, hello everyone, this is Otessa, and you are listening to Conversations with Hysterical Women. That's Women with an X, the Hysterical Women podcast, where you are all welcome here, friends, allies, everywhere across the rainbow, across the binary. I'm just really glad to have you be here. And this is meant to be a safe space to explore all of the weird things that life throws at us and all of the different ways in which we can be twisted and torn asunder, but also all the different ways that we can come back together. So thank you for listening, and I'm glad that you're here. And going to be cheesy, but comment, like, subscribe.
This is Elle Brinkerhoff. So do you don't really deal with like any microaggressions that irk you, whether it be work or with clients or off,
I mean, obviously I have dealt with microaggressions, but as I mentioned earlier, I never thought to call them that. It always seemed like they hid more under the terms of guilt or manipulation, or I don't know. They just went unnamed most of the time, and most of that happened like in my childhood, so it was very hard to identify as a kid.
What would you want people to know about them? How would you want people to be educated, and how do you think they can be stopped when it comes to anything, either about you or an issue that you see?
I think that one of the biggest problems with dealing with microaggressions is just stepping outside your own head and being able to name them, because half the time when something negative is happening to you, for me especially, I tend to like second guess my sanity and be like, is this a real thing? Like, is this actually occurring outside of my own head? I tend to overthink things a lot, and so gaining confidence in my own perception and just coming to terms with the reality that someone is acting against you, and it's not your fault. I think that is so important.
We're gonna get a little personal here, but you can totally, only because I know what you're going through ish. So you're an illustrator, and obviously you have your day job as well, but when it comes to being an illustrator in this climate, specifically here in DC, like, what is your biggest, concern right now? Like, what is it that's not putting you back on that track? I've seen you, coming from my personal life, that you're working on little things here and there, but what is it that you're not reaching the momentum you may not be reaching right now? If you are looking for that momentum, what do you feel, or what do you think is stopping you?
Lack of easily accessible common workspaces where you feel safe and valued. The work that I do tends to be a little more like childish and whimsical, and I've always been so scared and hesitant moving forward because I don't want to come off as being childish. I feel like in order to be taken seriously as an artist and a working woman, that I have to be doing very, very particular things and be dealing with realistic pieces and having them be politically informed and well thought out. And that's not how my brain works. That's not how I'm wired.